Hi everybody, it's Jackie Turks Love again, life coach and author of the book Waiting for Love. I'm here today to talk about the 5 love languages. I'm really excited to talk about the 5 love languages because I know that it's going to save a lot of marriages. I know a lot of people already know about it. It's written by Dr. Gary Chapman. He is a Christian counselor and he has been blessed and fortunate to have this book being sold all around the world in different languages. I don't know how many languages it's been translated to, but it is very successful and very popular because it's changing lives, changing marriages, changing relationships and the way that people view relationships. I was on a search for love. If you know, if you've read if you read my book, or if you just seen any of my blogs or my videos on YouTube, or if you've seen me on Facebook or Periscope, you know I've talked about my book Waiting for Love and how I was searching for love for many years, and I didn't really realize until just a few years ago. I already read the book by his name is Robert Gray. He had a book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and that was a very good book to read because it gave me insight to know that men and women speak different languages. But this one actually tells you that we all have, well, there are 5 different love languages, and we all have 2 or 3 dominant of the 5 love languages. My personal 2 that are very strong is words of affirmation and quality time. The 5 love languages, they consist of, number 1, words of affirmation, quality time, and receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Now, I think that a lot of people, they get married and they think that, well, I can use myself for example. You think that, okay, well, if you stay cute, you stay looking nice or whatever, and you please your man as best as you can, try and make him happy, and be a good love maker, then you can have a happy relationship, and that way he'll give you basically what you need, and you guys will live happily ever after. But that's not true. That's fake. I mean, because it's nothing about, I mean, you can be good in the bedroom, and that stuff is fine, but then when you get out of the bedroom, how about the conversation? I mean, the longevity, how do you keep a person interested? What keeps them going? What keeps them feeling alive? And what Dr. Gary Chapman calls their love tank filled. And that's basically keeping their heart filled with love, making them feel loved, keeping them from wanting to cheat on you. I haven't, I've had times where I've been looking for love, and I talk about it in my book, Waiting for Love, and it's available at my publisher's website, tapepublishing.com, and also have it available at my website, JackieTurks.net and JackieTurks.com. And it's only $25, or you can get it on Kindle for $9.99, and you can get it right there as soon as you get it. It's talking about my search for love, and how I didn't grow up with a father, and my love tank basically was empty. I wasn't, my mom was single, and I never really knew how to love. I didn't have an example of love. So I was looking for love. I wasn't going to be like my mom, be single all my life. And so I said I was going to have me a man, boo-boo. So anyway, I searched for love, and it didn't work out too good. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm on my 3rd marriage right now, which it's been a long marriage, 17 years. God is in it. It's going strong. And this past 5 years, God has really worked out a lot of good things in that. in the marriage because of the book, The Five Love Languages. And I was told about it from a friend that asked me to buy it for them, because I was buying books on Amazon. And so I said, well, let me try this book, myself, because I've been trying things and praying and trying different things. And I noticed that when I would do little things for my husband, like, cook dinner or make a nice dinner, or, just do things a certain way, he would kind of respond differently towards me. But I never knew, the full story or why he did that. I noticed that over the years. But, when I got this book and I read it and I understood it, I noticed that my husband's his love languages are acts of service and receiving gifts. A lot of people think receiving gifts are like, oh, receiving gifts, you go buy them a car, you're going to go buy some, take them shopping. No, it's not like that. It's like little things, the five love languages. If you go to the fivelovelanguages.com, you can take the quiz there, and it's a really simple, easy to explain quiz. It's free, and then it can tell you what your what your love languages are, and also what your spouse's or boyfriend or girlfriend's language is, so that you can understand who the person is that you're dealing with. Most importantly, you can understand who you are and what your love language is, so that you'll know how to to say what you need in a relationship. You'll know how to communicate that effectively, and then you will know how to communicate effectively, or understand rather, how to get along, treat your spouse or significant other, how to treat them, how they needed to be loved, and so that you can have the best relationship possible. Okay, so I wanted to just say a little bit about each one of the love languages. Like I said, mine is words of affirmation. People think, okay, well, you're a nice looking lady. You don't really need nobody to tell you that you're pretty, or you look nice today, or that you did a good job. Just because you pretty much do a good job a lot of the times in something you're putting your heart into. Well, that's not true. Somebody that has a love language with the high score as I do, that is words of affirmation, definitely needs to hear words of affirmation. Great job, Jackee. You look nice today. Just things like that. Words of affirmation. Wow, I like the way that you decorated your house. I mean, you can't assume just because someone looks like they have it all together that they have it all together. And, maybe they put it all together because they are seeking that word of affirmation that they need. And it's not a big deal to just give someone a compliment. It's like giving love. God wants us to give love because He is love. So words of affirmation is a way of expressing love, and it says in more detail for words of affirmation. Actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words "I love you" are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skywards. Insults can leave you shattered and heart is not easy to forget. Okay, so verbal compliments or words of appreciation are powerful with someone who has a love language with a high score of words of affirmation. So kind words, in humble words. Love makes requests, not demands in marriage. We're equal partners, and if we're to develop an intimate relationship, we need to know each other's desires. If we make our needs known in the form of requests, we're giving guidance, not ultimatums. So if you know your spouse's love language, it's easier for you to communicate. And the best thing is is that it's only 5 for everybody in the whole world. It's only 5 to choose from. So you go to that. You can even go to my website, which I have a link on there because I think it's so awesome. JackieTurks.net, which is JackeeTurks.net. You can go on there and just find out a little bit more about my love language and my husband's love language and how we use that language to make our marriage better. Because, honestly, we were at the point of, not being together anymore. And this was the thing that really helped us, the tool, I should say, that really brought us together and helped us to understand each other. I understand him better, and if I want to get his attention a little bit better to make him happy, I will do. I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about his. It's receiving gifts and acts of service. So, like receiving gifts, it says here, don't mistake the love language for materialism. The receiver of gifts thrives on the love, thoughtfulness, and effort behind the gift. If you speak this language, the perfect gift or gesture shows you are known, you are cared for, and you are prized above whatever was sacrificed to bring the gift to you. A missed birthday or anniversary or a hasty, thoughtless gift would be disastrous. So, with the absence of everyday gestures. So, like somebody with like my husband that likes to receive gifts, it could be just like his favorite Pepperidge Farm cookies, or sometime I might get those and just put a little cute note on it, like "Have a blessed day," "I love you," and just put it in his car, and he'll get that, and that makes him happy, Or I might just send him a thoughtful YouTube video that's one of his favorite songs, with a little message that says "Have a nice day," or just prepare him dinner, bring it to him, and just make sure little things like that. He likes to have his towels in the bathroom clean, of course, ready for him to be, for the shower or whatever, just little things. And for me, I just like to be complimented and told I love you. And, the other love language is the acts of service, like, changing the trash bag and making sure the bed is made when your spouse gets home. For someone with acts of service could be a big deal. So I just wanted to share that with you, these 5 love languages, the words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Those are all things that you can use to make your marriage better, to make your relationships flourish, to get you out of that divorce court line. God wants us to be married. He said that when we come together, God says, when you are joined together, then let no man put us under. Okay, so when we are married, a lot of people, when you first get married, you think you become one, and it's just so easy after that because you're married and you just become one. But the thing is that you don't just become one overnight. You become one over time with tools, you have to work towards it. You have to pray. You have to be willing to make some adjustments, and you have to be willing to humble yourself. And the man needs to cling to the wife, when he leaves his mother, and he needs to cling to his wife. The kids don't come first. The husband and the wife come first. That's the relationship that you need to focus on. God wants that. He wants your marriage to be blessed. He doesn't want divorce. In most cases, it can be saved. So, first of all, I would say read my book, Waiting for Love. That's going to teach you how to love your wife. And also read the book, The 5 Love Languages. My name is Jackee Turks Love. your relationship life coach. And I hope this encouraged you today to work on your marriage and don't give up, because God is love and He made us to love. Thank you.